I was thinking like, oh man, did I forget my like press accreditation? Like, did my press accreditation run out and I didn't even know about it? I didn't even know it could run out. Is that what happened? Did I do something wrong? Apparently, I never told this story on stream, and I made a Twitter thread about it. I tweeted about this on Twitter. Oh my God, this is like the worst camera quality. I feel like I need to keep on the main screen just to ignore the fact that my camera quality is so bad from this angle. Dude, lighting really is so important when it comes to camera quality. I never really truly appreciated how important lighting was when it came to camera quality. I was like, I need some like background footage. Ukraine footage. So let's just do Ukraine footage. How about that? Just something for the background. Wow, that's all war footage. There's just no nice footage of Ukraine. There's no fields I can put up. Fantastic. Thank you, search algorithm. That's depressing. Let's do Ukraine stock footage. How about that? Oh, wow. The stock footage is all war footage, too. Fantastic. That's what I wanted. Is there, like, no just regular footage of Ukraine? What about Ukraine? Okay, there we go. There we go. Finally. Okay. There we go. Some pretty parts of Ukraine. Man, Ukraine's a beautiful country. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys this story because this is a story that I really like, but I realized I've never told this story on stream before, and I made a Twitter thread about it, and people liked the story, so I feel like I should tell you guys the story because I feel like if the Twitter peeps get it, you guys gotta get it because you guys pay my bills. Okay, the Twitter peeps don't pay my bills, you guys do. So I gotta give you guys this story. So during my last trip, and this came to me while I was riding, this is the whole reason I put out the Twitter thread too. I was thinking about, you know, the difficulties of traveling in Ukraine and all the different experiences I had just in transit, because the majority of the experience I had in Ukraine is not like, oh my God, I'm getting shelled, or oh my God, I'm getting chased by a drone. Those things happen, but they were very, very rare, you know? The majority of my experience in Ukraine is just you're waiting around or you're driving around, mostly driving around. You're mostly traveling, right? Because Ukraine is a gigantic country. I don't think people appreciate how gigantic Ukraine is. Definitely since like all of the dialogue around the war recently has been like the Battle of Bakhmut, you know? But if you look at Bakhmut, Bakhmut's like the tiniest little dot on the map when you look at the gigantic size of Ukraine, right? I remember Patrick Hillsman, good friend of mine, somebody who did some work in Syria. He's actually coming back, so we're going to be working together again in Ukraine. I'm super excited to do that. I remember he once told me that driving from city to city in Ukraine during wartime is like setting sail. You have no clue how long it's going to take, and you have and you have no clue what's going to happen because it's such an endeavor. And I was remembering one occasion when I was coming back from the Kiev countryside to the city of Kiev to my apartment. And it was after I was spending some time at my friend's compound where we just, you know, had some food. We were watching pirated movies. We were smoking legal cigarettes, of course. And we were having a fantastic time. And I'm coming back from the Kiev countryside by bus. I actually travel a lot by bus now. And the reason why is quite simple. It's cheap. Now that I'm, you know, having all these like travel costs and travel expenses, I have to be a lot more wary about how I spend my money. And so, I am now traveling a lot more by bus. It's cheap. And you know what? I've you know, maybe it connects me to the pros a little bit. No, it's mostly just that it's cheap. Okay. It's cheap. I don't prefer the bus, but it's cheap. And so I took the bus from the Kiev countryside to the city. And when I say this is a bus, I think I'm exaggerating it. It's really just a large van. A lot of things that people call buses in Ukraine are not buses. They're just large vans and that people kind of cramp themselves into. And you can kind of like hear the screech of like screechy like techno pop music in the background that's super popular in Ukraine. And that's your bus experience in Ukraine. There are buses. There are like legit buses in Ukraine. But this was just like a van that people called a bus. And so we were riding in this van that people call a bus back to the city of Kiev, and we had to stop at a military checkpoint. Okay, that's normal. Process is you show them your passport. Maybe they also ask for an ID. And on a very, very rare occasion, They might also ask for a press pass. This is if you're traveling between cities or you're going out east, they will. But from traveling from in this area, that's probably not going to be something they ask for. And like that's like the whole process. So they come into the bus, they start looking at everybody's passport, goes from one person to one person to one person to one person, and eventually get to the middle of the bus. They get to me. I show them my passport. He grabs it, he looks at it, and that guy's eyes went wide. His eyes lit up. It was as if like he looked at my passport and he saw like his wife, or like just some like he looked at it and he was like, this is the devil himself, right? And like immediately when I saw his eyes, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, am I like on a wanted poster? I was thinking like, oh man, did I forget my like press accreditation? Like, did my press accreditation run out and I didn't even know about it? I didn't even know it could run out. Is that what happened? Did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble? Like, what did I do? Oh snap. And I'm running through all these scenarios in my head, and he then basically grabs me and he's taking me off the bus, right? And I have to take all my stuff off the bus. And now I'm like, ah, shit, I'm annoying everyone else because I messed something up, and now they're slowing down the whole process. And so I'm doing the walk of shame off the bus as the only person being brought off the bus. And I also happen to be the foreigner. I'm the American, so embarrassing the United States. I'm like, oh boy. And I get off the bus. I go to this little like checkpoint they have set up, and they have a bunch of other soldiers there just kind of sitting around talking, just having fun with each other, talking, just chatting. And he brings me up there and he hands one soldier my passport, and I can't really make out what's being said, but the words I make out is like American. And then he takes that passport and he passes it to the next person, and they look at it. And then the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person. I'm looking at this like, if there's something wrong, they don't need like 20 people to like figure it out. And all I heard was like American. And I'm looking at them and they're smiling and they're kind of like laughing and they're like, oh no, like they're like jovial. They're not like angry. And then it clicks. Oh my God. They're showing me off. They saw me, an American on the bus with an American passport, and this guy was like, oh, Poggers, American, grabbed me, brought me off the bus, stopped the entire bus and all these people trying to go home to their families just to show me off to everyone, be like, look, I'm an American, I found an American. And it's like passing around my passport like it's a fucking rare Pokemon card. Like, oh my God, it's a shiny Pikachu. Oh, that's exactly what they were doing. They were treating me like they were bird watchers and I was a rare bird in migration. Like I was a rare Pokemon, man. I was being shown off. I was like waiting for them to make me do like one of those like, you know, strut walks, those pose walks they have models do, you know, where they go down the runway. Like, do a spin for us, American. Here's a burger. Eat it. Oh, I want to see it. Oh, get the picture. Oh, do you want oh, you're an American. You know how to use this gun, don't you? You know, I won't let you near our schools, though. No. Like, I was just waiting for all of that, right? And so, like, after 5 minutes of them, like, looking at my passport as if it was, like, some rare collectible, right? You know what I mean? Like it was some thing from the Civil War that somebody had like detected with their metal detector and dug out of the ground, and you're trying to like study every single detail. It's almost as if they're like trying to get like photographic memory of my face and of every detail of my passport. Eventually, they give it back to me. They let me bring my stuff back onto the bus. And again, not a bus, a van, but we call it a bus. Then I was able to go on my way and finally go to my apartment. But that was one of a few times of similar occurrences. There's a ton of like it happens a lot where me being an American stops the kind of like trip for a bit, because they have to like, oh, an American, that's unusual. You know, there's not a ton of Americans out here. There's more than there used to be, but there's not a ton. But this was like the most explicit, like, we're just doing this because it's entertaining. Dance for me, Yankoy. Dance, you Amerifat, you know? It was the most explicit example of that. And I've never told this story on stream before, and I just realized it, so I had to tell this story to you guys. Because it's a good story. Did you tell them you were CIA? I probably would have believed it. I know people joke about it. I posted this story on Twitter, and a lot of people were responding about how like they'll cross the border into Ukraine, or they'll be going to checkpoints, and people will joke about CIA agent, you're out here to kill the Ruski, and then they'll like let them go. Yeah, you're here to kill the Muscovite. Oh no, okay, be careful out there. But it's like, you know, they're just all having fun. They all soy jacked over an American a little bit, yeah. A new character unlocked, the American. True. I feel like I should have, like, honestly, you know what I should do? I feel like I'm not living up to the complete expectation of being an American. I feel like I need to lean into it more. I feel like I need to, like, get, like, a lasso and a cowboy hat, you know? And, like, just, like, lean into it. Like, every time I go to a checkpoint, I'm like, yeehaw, sir. I'm just, you know, going over yonder to greener pastures, okay, to do some war journalism, you know? Like, I really should, like, lean into it more. I feel like that's the smart move. I think that's a smart business investment. That's a smart move here. That's what I should be doing. They'd want a selfie with the American CIA. I have yet to be asked for a selfie. I feel like that it would be weird to get a selfie with somebody just because they're a foreigner. I feel like that'd be weird. I had somebody in my replies when I posted the story saying that when they went to Vietnam, that people would literally stop them and ask for a selfie because they were like an American, and I was like crazy. Which, that's bizarre to me, you know? I couldn't imagine being like, oh my God, that's a Guatemalan. Quick, everybody, get your camera. He's from he's from Guatemala. You know, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine it. Plus, like, I would also, like, be afraid. Sorry, I'm very tired, so I'm gonna lay down a little bit. Oh my God. I didn't realize how tired I was. Oh my goodness. I just feel like it'd be rude, you know? I wouldn't want to, like, bother people like that, or, you know, I don't want to say objectify. I was objectified by the Ukrainian military. That's what I should do. You know what I should do? I should become a Gray Zone writer. I should start writing for Gray Zone. Maybe I can get, like, a piece done for, you know, one of the shittier publications, and I can do a segment on how I was objectified by the Ukrainian military, and now I support Russia. You know, just one complete 180. You know, I was against all the rape, murder, kidnapping, filling of mass graves, conquest, and erasure of a whole culture. But then someone soy jacked at me for being an American, and I completely changed tune. Slava Russia. Very nice shirt. This is a banger shirt.